Boston, City of Angels.
Prepare for us arriving inside you.
What are you, Will Wheaton now? We're going to be at PAX East.
Yeah, we're doing it again. We're coming back to the East Coast. We're going to do a live recording of this very podcast, and we'd love for you to be there.
I like how we define Boston as the East Coast.
Isn't it? I don't know anything. I grew up in California.
What is it on the coast?
It's like
It's
East
on a
Coast.
lake, isn't it?
It's not on the coast. There's no water.
Find out. Friday
We will define
at 11 a.m. in the Bobcat Theater at PAX East.
We will have a map. That devil comes right to my door.
Ooh, 2-day free devil.
Oh yeah, I don't have to leave my house and the devil's here.
Woo! All the devil I wanted right on my doorstep.
Nice, thank you, devil.
Ooh, this is We Have Concerns. Hi, Jeff Cannata.
Hi, Anthony Carboni.
Hello, concerned citizens. Highlander.
Oh, you finally you're finally referring to me by my
forever.
Finally referring to me by my
Welcome back to my Highlander fan cast that I'm trying to turn this podcast into.
My true title.
Every week.
Unfortunately, there can be only one of those podcasts, and I think there already is a Highlander podcast.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
To be honest, I have not looked for a Highlander podcast, Jeff.
You got to search. Use that search.
No, but living forever is something that we talk about quite a bit.
Only because we both want to really, really bad.
Yeah, only because we think we deserve it.
Exactly.
We looked at the entire human race and their contributions, and we thought, who should live forever? Oh,
us.
2 mediocre 30-something white guys.
Yeah, who do a podcast. Only contribution to the world is a podcast.
Save them, for they are the future.
They must not die. They are vital.
We are. Honestly, we looked over everybody's applications, and we've decided it's us.
It's us.
We've decided it's us to live forever.
It was a very fair and honest reading of all the applications.
Thank you to all the scientists, artists, doctors, poets who sent in their brilliant humanitarians who sent in all their applications to live forever. But Jeff and I looked them all over and decided that there are only 2 spots. They're going to go to us.
And by looking them all over,
well,
I mean, we mostly looked at where they were piled up in the room.
I looked over that pile. I looked over at that pile.
It was a big pile, and
I was
impressive.
Like, woo!
And we went, you know what?
Crazy that everybody sent in these applications when we knew from go it was just going to be us. Yeah. Living forever is something that a large portion of the population thinks about every day, I think. Whether it's they want to do it or they don't want to do it. Everybody has
not want to do it.
Hey, my beautiful wife, who I love very much, does not want to do it, and so I will miss her.
Yeah.
And I will always have a shrine to her. And
how does she feel about
my second, third, 15th wives?
I was just gonna say, how did 38th
wives? They will all know. They will all know about Wife Prime.
Oh, that's
the
nice.
alpha wife. Who was first in my heart when I still had human emotions and measured my life in years instead of centuries. I'll be a very different sort of life form then.
But respectful.
Still
respectful of her.
I'll have a vampire-esque ennui. But I will.
You mean more than now?
More than now.
Yeah.
But I will always remember her fondly. Maybe reminding me of her will be the only way to get me to make a humane or emotion-based decision centuries from now.
Well, then she'll still have use.
Yeah. She will always have use.
That's
great. Every night before we go to bed, I lean over, I kiss my wife, and I say, "You will always have use."
That's because at your core you are romantic.
Yep. It's hard. I don't like to get so mushy, and I don't like to, talk a lot about how mushy I am on this podcast or my emotions. But I do always tell my wife,
beautiful,
that she is useful in ways. In ways.
She knows. She understands. She understands, but also wants to die.
And maybe I'm misunderstanding. Maybe when she says she wants to die, she doesn't mean naturally. She just means every day that she's married to me. But I don't think about these things because I'm trying to figure out how to live forever. And that's much more important.
Very important.
Much more than living in the now is the hypothetical future.
Hypothetical forever.
Yeah. And there is a company that wants to help us, Jeff. Yet another company has come forward. Silicon Valley will provide, Jeff. Y
As
Combinator.
They always do. Don't doubt them. Don't question why or how or what they need from you.
Listen, It's all about the algorithm and the invisible hand. If there are two things that are going to make everything work out just fine,
And never let us down.
it's if you want to look at my family crest, the crest of justice,
Mhm.
really, it's just the invisible hand next to an algorithm.
Yes.
And that is you look at that coat of arms and it's almost like looking at the very coat of arms of King Arthur himself, Jeff.
It's almost like looking at
The Pendragon crest.
it's a beautiful thing.
You look at it and you go, truly this means justice and happiness and fairness and balance for everyone.
Yeah.
That is what Silicon Valley is like. That is what Facebook is like, particularly this week.
Indeed.
Let's not get into it.
The best of us that will never betray us in any way.
So Y Combinator has this boot camp thing
Okay.
where all of the wannabe startups and tech companies get together and they go, look at this Y Combinator. This is our pitch. This is what we
Give
want
us
to do.
money.
Give us money. And,
All the money.
and Y Combinator gives some money sometimes.
And then they're like, do you have data to give us in return? And they're like, yes, everybody gives it to us for free.
Yay! Do you have data that proves that your product works? No,
No, not that kind of
No,
data.
we meant personal data from
Yeah.
people who use our product. And
Indeed.
everybody's like, oh, cool. Gimme. There was a company at this year's boot camp called Nectome.
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 Okay. Like
Nectome.
Nektome? Like a book for your neck.
No K. No K.
Okay.
Nectome.
All right.
Like nectar. And what this company wants to do, Jeff, is just back up your mind so you can live forever.
Sweet. Where do I sign?
That's
I've been wanting
right.
to- We'll just download our mind later into automatons that
Mhm.
can then move about and experience the world forever and ever using our mind that we backed up. This is great.
Yeah, sure. It has the main problem that I always have with stuff like this, which is a copy is not the original.
Well, yeah.
I refuse to ever die.
Right.
No copy gets to take over fucking my life and my hard fought success. Every day I'm on that couch fighting for success, Jeff.
Mm-hmm.
Fighting for it.
Well,
just sitting around,
eating Thai
binge
food.
watching, trying to get to success.
Yeah.
And at the end of my life, when success mysteriously manifests because I'm sitting on that couch watching Jessica Jones living the secret,
Uh-huh.
some fucking robot copy of me isn't going to step in and be like, thanks for all the hard work, meatbag.
Yeah.
Now I'm you.
Yeah, it's like all that sitting around watching TV was for nothing.
Like for nothing.
Yeah, you don't want that to come out.
No.
Yeah.
So a copy ain't gonna do it.
Okay.
All
so
right.
you need that real version.
Gotta have that real.
How do you know which one's the real one?
So here's what's up with Nectome. Nectome, Jeff, only needs one thing to get your perfectly preserved brain into their brain bank forever.
One thing?
They need to kill you.
Hmm.
That's right. In order for Nectome's patent pending process to work.
So in order for me to live forever, I need to die first?
Yeah.
That seems
Highlander rules, bitch. What was I saying?
Hmm.
Highlander rules.
Gotcha.
So here's what's going on. Nectome wants to put forth a company and a process, a service where they pump you full of chemicals, sleepy go bye-bye for Evs chemicals
Uh-huh.
that also preserve your brain.
Oh, good. My brain's preserved.
It's super preserved.
Okay.
Then that brain is preserved almost, they describe it as like a statue of glass.
Hmm.
Then they take that brain, they put it in the brain box, wherever the brains go.
Careful. Statue of glass.
Statue of glass. They put that brain in the brain box hundreds of years from now. Hey, maybe not even. Maybe it's right around the corner. We have the ability to scan that brain
Mm-hmm.
and either
Do we?
pump anti-go sleepy bye-bye chemicals into it or just laser scan that brain at such detail that we can create exactly that brain. So it may still be a copy, may be the original.
Hmm.
But either way, they're bringing you back, baby.
Seems like, now, listen, I'm the last person to impugn anything about this because this sounds fantastic.
Sure, I can't see any problems
Right.
with it.
Just on the outside chance, it does seem like there's a lot of question marks here.
Really, Jeff? Because they prepared a PowerPoint and Y Combinator said it was very good.
Okay. All right. I'm not going to doubt the PowerPoint, but having not seen it,
Mhm.
a few questions just pop into my head.
Sure. As somebody who has scanned an article about Nectome, I am happy to answer all of those for you in great detail.
Perfect. So we're assuming that the process by which we make Statue of Glass is the perfect process for a later point. How do we know we've got all the
smacks
stuff?
Of mid-century, mid-20th century cryogenics craze, doesn't it?
I mean, a little.
We're going to freeze you because in the future, we'll probably be able to unfreeze, right? We can freeze now, so unfreeze comes later.
This seems like the perfect thing to do to the brain right now.
Here's what it sounds like to me. And keep in mind, I see no problems with this.
Of course not.
What it sounds like to me is, if you ever went to that Bodies exhibition.
Oh, I did. I loved that.
Yeah, where they, what they basically did was like pump dead bodies. They removed all of the moisture, the water from a dead body, and replaced it with like an acetate that kind of turned the body into this forever petrified plastic.
Yeah, like Play-Doh-ified people.
Yeah, it seems like that sort of thing.
Right.
And I see no problem with that.
I referred to my previous question about why do they think that that's the way that we're going to be able to have your brain later?
Just as good as any other way, I guess.
Because, I mean, there's...
Can you, Jeff, can you think of another way to perfectly preserve a brain?
See, you got me there.
Sure, probably a jar, but what's in the jar?
I don't know. That's the problem.
All I've ever seen sitting on the couch doing my hard work for success is movies where brain is in jar.
Yeah.
I don't know what's in jar.
Right.
Sometimes they pour beaker and dry ice into jar.
Right, and sometimes it's liquid. Which
sometimes green liquid.
Seems like the wrong thing based on this whole dry out bodies exhibit thing.
Sometimes eyeballs in jar with brain. And that's spook.
That is spook. But that also gets you past the eye scanner in the future.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is useful.
So yeah, why is this brain preserving process any better? I don't know, because you don't have a fucking PowerPoint.
Fair enough.
I'll tell you what, if I had a small, just the tiniest issue with how this works.
Right.
Now, they're betting on the laser scan method of bringing you back, which of course, number one is a copy and I don't like that. But number two, they are assuming that just a high resolution scan of the physical structures of a brain will be enough to bring back that brain and every single piece of information in that brain exactly as is.
Well, it gets worse than that, Anthony, because we don't know if information is what causes consciousness. We don't know what the fuck consciousness is. So just because you can map one-to-one all of the matter and all of the complexity and all of the information doesn't necessarily mean we'll get an Anthony Carboni popping out.
Right. It's like when Barbara Streisand clones her dogs. They're not exactly the same dog.
No.
I mean, genetically, they're supposed to be the same. That's just physical.
This is the Streisand problem.
This is what they call the Streisand effect.
Right.
That's what it is. If you've ever heard on the internet the Streisand effect, it's about freezing a brain using a complex chemical process and then bringing it back and whether that will be the same brain. Look it up.
Yeah.
Streisand effect.
Watch Yentl.
Think about it.
Just watch it.
Just watch it. That's all we're saying. Give Yentl a chance. It's a very good film. The Way We Were, great film.
Amazing.
Just really lovely. I don't think it will work, Jeff. If I'm dropping the facade.
Okay, so let me ask you this question. Did they get laughed out of the building?
Oh, no, they won.
They won.
Congratulations. Because if there's
all the money?
If there's one thing that fucking Silicon Valley fucking technocrats want more than just all of gazillions of dollars and your fucking information, and I guess something about the blockchain. Well, it's to live forever.
Well, that's because they already got that other stuff. We have all your money. We have all your information. Now that we have all the power and all the money and all the information, we can't die.
How do we just not give it up?
We're not going to die now.
And because they're not traditional, billionaires where they're just like, well, the way this will never end is that I will give it to my children who deserve nothing. They will have everything.
Yes.
These technocrats, sometimes they don't even have kids. And if they do, they have names like, I don't know, like Galway, because they spent like a spring break in Ireland once. And so like little fucking Galway is like in some Montessori school and they don't even know, like it's an accessory. It's like an Apple Watch. They have a kid. So they're just like, I don't want this kid to just take everything that I worked so hard for literal year of my life.
Right, a whole year.
Like I worked for a year and I'm a billionaire and I worked so hard and I should just get to keep it
forever
and rule over the human population forever.
What's wrong with that plan?
What's wrong with that, William Gibson?
Yeah.
Fuck you.
So tell me where I need to buy and who I need to give all my money to so that my brain can be perfectly preserved and downloaded later with a laser.
I already got me 17 blood boys, and I'm staying as young as I can.
That's right. We're injecting the blood boys daily.
And
it doesn't seem to be doing shit.
Between the blood boys and the snail mucin that I sleep in a vat of snail mucin. I'm looking pretty young.
Just living the life.
But eventually, this shit's gonna wear out.
Have you seen that Bezos? Oh. He's evolved to a higher plane of Bezos.
It's weird because he's turning into like a virile cartoon character from an anime.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's very strange. I wouldn't say he's looking younger. He's just looking more and more like a caricature was drawn for him at a theme park. And instead of like the next time he goes to the theme park, instead of sitting for a caricature again, he just hands the caricature artist the first caricature.
Yeah.
And it's just like,
it's iterating on a caricature.
Yeah, and it's just like, I'm going to go on Space Mountain, just draw a caricature based on this caricature.
Yeah. And there's like 14 caricatures in at this point.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's what Bezos looks like.
Or, if you've ever played a video game that has a character creator that has sliders.
Yeah.
And there's like
they
a
just
body
keep
slider.
sliding the Bezos slider farther and farther. But yeah, you could see where he's got 40 cents on every dollar. Why does he want to give that up in less than a century?
Yeah.
He's only got another 40 years of taking 40 cents on every dollar. Now, there's something mathematically poetic about that. But what if he wants to take an ever-increasing amount of our money for all the time until the end of days?
I think he does. I think that's exactly what he does.
Then what he needs to do, if you're one of those Bezoses,
yeah,
you give these guys with the crazy brain scanning idea $100,000
because it doesn't matter.
Because it doesn't fucking matter,
right? And maybe
you can do
work.
it as a joke. You could be like, "Hey," and maybe it works.
But
that's like for them. That's like buying a lotto ticket for me. That's like going in and I gotta buy my skin medicine because I'm a poor person with poor person skin,
right?
And I itch all the time. Bezos, just like all the rest of us poors do. We're constantly itching. We don't know why. It's probably lack of money. I pick up my creams and my salves.
Yeah.
And
while
then I go, and while I'm there, I buy a scratcher. And if it pays off, it pays off.
Why not? Because it's trivial to buy that scratcher.
For these fucking Y Combinator assholes, this is just buying a scratcher.
But I really feel like we skipped over that whole you have to die to do it thing.
Oh, yeah, you have to die.
I feel like
here's the
like
trick.
A problem.
The trick of it is, when do you decide to die? And
right.
And this company has checked in with California because, of course, California law and the right to life and right to death and right to all that stuff.
Sure. Right to freeze my brain.
Right to freeze my brain. And it falls under the suicide, euthanasia. You can do it. If you want to do it, you can do it.
Okay. So this is
but
the
now,
idea here would be you get to the point where I know I'm going to die anyway and just go ahead, do it.
Optimally, you want to do it. It's kind of like getting, I just got LASIK. It's kind of like getting LASIK, right? So
they had to kill you to fix your eyes.
They had to kill me to fix my eyes.
Yeah.
Am I different now? I don't know. I hear whispers, but not from people talking about how different I am, but seemingly from inside myself.
Oh.
And they don't sound like me. Moving on. For the LASIK, I didn't get it when I was a teenager or in my early 20s or 20s at all because your eyes are still changing, right?
Right. You didn't feel the cold hand of death grabbing around you.
Now, if you get LASIK too late, it doesn't matter because you're a couple years away. You just got to get reading glasses anyway.
Right.
You got to get it at that sweet spot. Jeff, you got to die at the sweet spot for your brain.
Okay.
You got to decide, I believe in the brain laser.
Uh-huh.
And come and take me.
Do it.
Take me, brain laser.
The perfect moment to be murdered for science.
I ain't getting any smarter. I'm only getting dumber from here on out. Kill me.
Are people signing up for this?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. I guess, why? But they are.
Okay.
I don't know, man. I guess it's like signing up for a Tesla. You're like, I don't think they're going to do it and I don't need it now, but I'll put myself on the waiting list.
Yeah.
And if in 5 years it comes out and it's cool, I'll do it.
Cool. All right. More power to them, I guess.
Yeah. This sounds like not what I want.
No. This sounds like, I don't know, a scam?
Yeah.
It's like a scam. Like those cryo things from the late 90s.
Ugh,
where it was like, it's a fucking scam. Pay us, $50,000 and another $10,000 a year to keep you on ice or your loved one on ice.
Yeah.
And maybe someday it'll mean something.
God, there's a This American Life where if you haven't listened to it about the last guy who's trying to keep these cryogenics facilities running.
Man.
And it's nightmarish. I can't even get into it.
If you sat through this podcast and want to listen to actually a good podcast, boy, do we have a podcast
We
to
recommend This American Life. Not a lot of people have heard of it. What do you think about Nectome? Are you into it? Are you not into it? How do you feel about living forever?
Yeah.
Are you one of the?
Is there a reason you wouldn't want to?
Yeah. Are you a cool person or are you an alpha wife? Boy, if you take that out of context, I sound like the worst YouTube channel. Man, boy. Let's just get out of this one. Tell us how you feel about it on Twitter. I'm at A Carboni.
I'm at Jeff Canada.
And you can hashtag those.
Wife.
Don't you dare. Don't you dare. You can just hashtag those brain laser. Hey, go hang out on the Facebook. That's all I'm going to say. It's facebook.com/group/we have concerns.
There's nothing wrong with being part of Facebook.
No, just give more money to the technical. You know what? Actually, why don't you hang out on the Discord? Go to patreon.com/we have concerns and find out how to get yourself on that Discord. Don't go on Facebook this week.